and after a long delay, a League video. This time, shockingly, I'm not playing support. I'm playing AD carry, Misfortune specifically. We have Thresh support, Rek'Sai jungle, and these two were fighting in Champion Select about what they wanted, and initially Nocturne didn't connect, so I was assuming, he must have tried to dodge at the last second. Well, it's a loss already. He does reconnect about the 4-minute mark. I think Graves goes mid and Rek'Sai covers top for a while. Against us in our lane, we have a Blitzcrank and a Vayne, Yasuo, boo, mid lane, Cho'Gath top lane, and an Olaf jungle. I was going through my head through this particular matchup. Vayne sucks early on, but is terrifying late, so I need to make sure she's absolutely crushed early on. Shove her straight to her tower, she can't farm. Blitz, on the other hand, has a lot of kill potential early on, so I got to dodge hooks. Fortunately, Thresh is also has a lot of kill potential because he has the same hook just on a delay. This was basically the point we realized, Nocturne has decided he doesn't feel like joining us. This is going to be a long game. Rek'Sai can do fairly well. She has a smite and the wrong item for top lane, but can survive against the Cho'Gath, who doesn't have a lot of kill potential immediately, and Rek'Sai hurts. Graves versus Yasuo is going to suck for Graves. Both guys fortunately know how to play their champions very well. I think Graves dives before Yasuo, but I get a kill first, so first blood does not go to them. Start running up, because I don't have to leash. I don't see Blitz immediately. It's like, okay, where is he? What, is he going to run behind me? In any case, I just start pushing to hopefully get Vayne under tower as fast as possible. It was just because Olaf was late connecting. Thresh goes for a couple of hooks, misses some of them, gets most of them. If anyone was wondering, please do not take this game as how to play ADC. I still suck at it. 10 minutes into the game, I only have 55 CS. Now, they've reworked Misfortune, not necessarily recently, but since the last time I've played her. Double ups to her Q remains the same, still gimmicky and buggy as ever. I occasionally can get the second bounce, like right there I did. That was mostly Vayne being stupid, though. Blitz, for as far as tries to get land hooks, he should not. He goes in when Vayne is nowhere near him, so he just ends up losing his health. But back to Misfortune, most of her kit's the same. They've changed her passive, now it's actually useful. First time you target something, or hit something, you get an extra damage on them, but you have to shift the mark over in order to get that extra damage back. They've moved her old passive, the movement speed, onto her attack buff. They've taken off Grievous Wounds, so you can get to duel as well. Her ult and Make It Rain are the same, they've changed the ratios. Getting some decent poke off on Vayne, not enough to my satisfaction though. Action going on in mid lane. Graves is just going to get destroyed for a while, but he comes back on his own. Slowly pushing Vayne in. I was hoping to go a little bit faster, just didn't. And she is beating me in CS is really, really terrible. Get a nice hook onto her, and I get hooked as well because I forgot there were minions in front of me. And then both of them just get stupidly aggressive and go after me. Vayne was not going to win with my minion wave right there. If I'd fought her one more time, she would have died there. I'd have gotten a double kill. As is, I just take out Blitz, who just gives up and decides he's done with living. I get first blood. Very fortunate because Graves is about to go down and just tornado snipe. He shouldn't have stayed there. And here it goes. Goodbye, Graves. Olaf comes in here to annoy me and just succeeds in wasting my time. I don't push as hard as I want, so Vayne ends up missing not as much, but he wastes a lot of time just dicking around. And since his jungle opponent will eventually be Rek'Sai, you do not want to give up time to a Rek'Sai. If she gets big, she's going to hurt. Olaf can do some damage and still build tanky. It's not going to help much. Missing the siege minion. I am slowly pulling ahead Vayne. 1 kill and 2 CS lead when it should be absolutely crushing her. I'm getting better managing the marks, but I'm still not CSing as well as I should. I do better with Misfortune. Probably so much easier to CS with her. I was just trying to annoy Vayne as much as possible, potentially get more creeps that I couldn't get conveniently. Blitz goes for these panic grabs, so he hasn't quite cleared the minion, who's desperate to hit something. He ends up getting himself killed and blowing a lot of mana for really no real reason. Like, yeah, he is behind, but Vayne just needs to survive lane. If you keep going for risky plays and she keeps getting pushed further and further back, she won't make it to this game. As is, she's got a second Doran's Blade. It's not going to help her that much. Blitz just kind of walking around. And again, this is very dumb for him to go for because, you know, he's lost most of his health. The only reason I pursued is because I thought, there's no ward here. There is. And I eat a lot of damage for no reason. Vayne also stupidly pursues. I see she chases me, so I just pop my W for move speed. Let the minion kill her. If Thresh had gotten that hook off, or decided to, he could have killed Blitz, and that would have been much better for us. But as is, I'm going back. With about 1,600 gold, there's my best friend's sword. Vayne is behind me about 600-700 gold now. This is going to get real ugly for her. She's always very weak early on. Comparatively speaking, she has much better early game than she probably should. And here's Jungle Fight. 2 levels below against the Rek'Sai. She has her ult. She don't. Goodbye, Olaf. I tried to help. I wanted an assist, but I just wasn't fast enough. And the wave gets there just in time for me to get most of it. I lose a couple minions, but I end up getting all the experience. I think all but like 5 of the minions. 27 to 21. Vayne does not want to be pushed up here because Rek'Sai is going back right now, so she can afford it. But in a minute or so, if she's up here, Rek'Sai can just come through that the wall here and just eat her. We reset and just kind of dance around. Vayne is at least being smart by backing off because if the jungler comes, she's not getting out of that. Blitz can't save her other than trying to hook. Neither of them have their ults. I'm level 6. Blitz, I don't know what he's thinking. Like, he's way too aggressive at times. Almost Thresh almost. Thresh really carried this lane. He got hit those hooks that really made a difference. And here's that shoot down going from his plays. There is half of Vayne's health in 2 autos. I have a best friend's sword, she has nothing. Attempting to trade at this point is suicidal. Even as bad as I am missing more CS. If I ulted immediately, killed her, but I didn't. I misclicked. Got him very low, but I could have been doing much better than just getting them low. I could have gotten her possibly Blitz. Go for a very poor dive. Blitz goes after me again, and I just get another kill. Vayne both has to stay in order to stop us from taking the tower and can't because if she's so low, a single hook will kill her. It's fun putting the enemy in those positions. 3-0 to Vayne's 1-0-1. Action up here. I think Rek'Sai was going for an invade. 2 levels above the Olaf. Cho'Gath comes in and gets himself neatly sandwiched between heavy hitters. I don't know why he shoots him out. That was a good opportunity to kill him. But instead they wasted a lot of time. Graves gets back and starts pushing. Blitz is just being dumb at that point. Getting hooked was just to kill him again, and you don't want to lose lane this hard. Like, Vayne's goal is purely to survive, it is not to win. But if she gets shoved behind enough, like she does in this game, she ain't coming back. I've got enough gold to go back, but I don't have any particular reason. I'm healthy, I can sustain reasonably well. And since Vayne is gone, I'm going to shove waves in and make her miss as much as I can. That one's in. I shoved in one earlier. So this is 2 waves of experience and gold gone. Vayne comes back just in time to get 1 CS. is just barely 6. I am halfway through 7. And again, she's just got nothing. She has 2 long swords to my best friend's sword. She was honestly better off just leaving the lane over here. That way she could farm safely in her tower. By pushing it over here, she opens herself up to ganks. She's warded, but Rek'Sai could come flying in fast. And it just gives me the opportunity to farm without any headache, because neither of them are really capable of diving. Blitz was not being as clever as he thought, because I saw him. I go for a couple of times to try and see if I can bait his hook out. And again, not getting those double up pulls I want. Missed this hook. And since I know it's going to be down for a while, I can be aggressive. So every time he misses a hook, it just allows me to shove harder, push, and punish. CS difference is starting to come in. I ended up twitching out of my ults very stupidly. Got both of their flashes. Blitz is almost dead again. He's got to go back. Vayne farming under tower is just hilarious, especially with no items. She needs to continually hit targets over and over again. No CS. I see Olaf is coming in and split. Thresh walks in a weird way and just gets caught. And I don't see the teleport until it's too late. Goodbye. That's why Graves is getting nerfed. I think the patch for it is live now, in fact. Had I saw that, I would have come in and at least gotten 3 horses. That's their jungler and both bottom lane dead all instant. I usually don't try to shove towers until I've got a couple of items or a lot of people, because you're just wasting time doing damage. And it gives the enemy team a false sense of security. 3 people, you can shove a tower real fast. We've got Rek'Sai covering his Graves going bot, so they just can't do anything with the teleport. Graves wisely makes that dragon call, and I'm so happy that some other people besides me realize that objectives exist. Bottom lane dead. I know Blitz hasn't been up here to ward it, so they have no vision. None of them have any idea what they're doing. And if they did, they're all dead anyway. They spawned and out here fast enough. First dragon. 6% more attack damage. Blitz at this point in time, normally what I do is just start wandering other lanes if the ADC can farm safely. Just ward up, make sure they can see, and leave. I now can afford my Essence Reaver. Big item completed 13 minutes. Vayne has part of a Bilgewater Cutlass, which is part of a Blade of the Ruined King that she really needs to do anything. She could have pushed a little bit farther, and I'm sure she was at this point in time too scared to be bothered. So she takes the easy farm. I see a big wave forming, and I just want to shove this up so that they have something to try to worry about. Graves got his tower. Top tower's not touched much, but Olaf is wasting time. He's not been effective in this game. Oh, isn't that such a wonderful sound? And the failed flash. Olaf is just getting beat in this game. Vayne is wasting a lot of time. It's kind of a problem with ADCs I see that's, they get kind of stuck on this, well, I'm not firm anymore, what do I do? You always have to make a decision on something. Don't stick around. Going somewhere and going around. I pushed up. I assumed someone was sitting at it until I realized there's 3 people top. Where it just lost mid. So run behind it. Vayne goes back for some bizarre reason. She could have potentially gotten some farm. She could have gotten more damage off the tower. Cleared away. Didn't realize Yasuo was there. Didn't save Blitz from a lot of damage. Goodbye, Yasuo. I'm a fed misfortune. You don't want to let me auto-attack you to death. Blitz is out. Olaf is busy farming his jungle. doing nothing. Level behind me, level behind the support. If your jungler is a level behind the support, it's going to be a bad game. I saw this, like, ooh, Cho'Gath, I'll take another kill. Because I've got 3 people with me. He does some damage to me, I wasn't terribly worried in any case. But I'm 5-0 now. Cho'Gath is also not doing very well. He's only got 1 completed item. Yasuo has 1, which is cheap. They're getting destroyed. And as you can tell by the timer here, we've got about 4 minutes left from this game. Vayne is just goodbye, Yasuo. And yes, all that damage was me in 1 auto attack at crit. That was their strongest guy that just got deleted. Olaf gets himself caught. He should have run this way to suicide instead of running around to sort of get grabbed anyway. I left Graves and Thresh to push because I know Graves will take towers quickly. As is, Olaf just takes a ton of damage. He's not able to get out. You can't outrun a Rek'Sai. If I had boots, I probably could have caught him. At least KS would have gotten an assist. No assist on me. Vayne, realizing that everybody's away from her, is just going to try and take our tower, and I will gladly make that trade. Top inner for a bottom outer, worth it. For this early in the game, that's a fair amount of damage on the tower. I kind of backed off the way. Uh-oh, somebody's here. No, he's on my side. Never mind. False alarm. Run into the push, so I should have aimed a little bit more. We traded Rek'Sai for Yasuo. Yeah. Get some damage out. This is pretty much the end of our push. Graves teleported bot to stop Vayne from taking our tower. Despite the fact she had 2 waves there, she still couldn't do it. She's really badly behind. Now Vayne attempts what is her usual assassination pattern, jump someone, and she both flubs it and can't do it, even if she did flub it. Should have ulted, tumbled behind him, as is she got caught in it. And dead instantly. If your Vayne can't assassinate anyone, she's just gonna be useless. She's free kills at this point. Almost 20 minutes in, not a single item. Yep, this one's a surrender at 20. And I'm so happy because I'm actually doing well. 6-0, I don't die in the game. One last push for mid, and, well, that's it. Graves stayed a little bit too long. Well, it gives the enemy team some level of hope if they get in. They would have gotten him anyway if that guy was so low. And they get it anyway, but again, this is only an outer tower. I will gladly give it up for, inner towers and otherwise. Vayne is trying just to kind of farm in peace, even though it's a little late. As bad as my farm is, it should be like 200 this stage in the game. Hers is... Vayne is very dependent upon items. She has a lot of ratios based off her total AD. So she needs items to be of any level of effect. I saw the ward like, oh, they're here. Oh, there's 2 of them. Well, time. I'd have been a little bit more aggressive on that. I could have killed Blitz there instead of just getting the assist. But he's dead anyway. Olaf wisely decides this is over for Cho'Gath and it's time to run. He was trying to dodge the inevitable slow, just dodging the wrong way. Goodbye, Cho'Gath. And Olaf not really paying attention to, hey, everybody's running up mid, time to get out. That is just the particular error for one of the creatures killing itself, because now Baron is on. Yasuo goes for me. I kind of misclick so I don't hit him. I click next to him instead of walking, so I'm kind of otherwise. But he's dead anyway. And surrender vote has come up. Enemy team surrenders. Last hit on Olaf. And that's the game. Easy win, I'll take it. rare I get to play anything other than ADC, and even rarer I actually win during it. So I hope you found this little video entertaining or informative, or maybe both. So until next time, bye.